Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to do Talk It Out Thursday today. Something a little different. You guys know that I don't typically do, gossip, entertainment type things. But this is one that's definitely close to my heart. And so I had to talk about it. Hey, Alan and Panay. Hey, CeeLo. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Annabello. How are you doing? Thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate you guys more than you know that I do. One quick second. I'm trying to make sure we're all good. How is everybody this afternoon? Hey, it's all hair. It's all hair. Hey, it's all hot air. How are you doing, love? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Nice to have you. Oh, it's nice to be on your team. Thank you so much. And congratulations again. I'm extremely excited to see you where you are. I love seeing people grow. It excites me. Good morning, Nell Court. She says, I have a few minutes to listen this morning. I thank you for sharing your few minutes with me. That means a lot. So for those of you who saw the title and maybe a little confused or don't know the people of the actual topic, we're going to still have a general conversation about this particular topic. So Ms.Robbie Montgomery used to sing with Tina Turner back in the day. She was one of the Ikettes, is that what they called the backup singers for Tina Turner? And being that once she got done singing and traveling the world, she opened a restaurant called Sweetie Pies. Sweetie Pies has amazing soul food. I actually love Sweetie Pies food, as well as I love going to visit Sweetie Pies. I've been watching the show, I don't know how many years. It just felt like family. So I started watching the show. Ms.Robbie lost her husband, or Tim's father, to gun violence. She lost Tim's brother, his older brother, to gun violence. And then she lost her grandson to gun violence. Now, the grandson that she lost to gun violence is the son of the child that Ms. Robbie lost to gun violence. And Ms. Robbie moved her grandson from Texas to be with her in St. Louis to help him graduate high school. That was her goal. Her goal was he was going to graduate high school. And I was excited. Like Andre, his name was Andre, when he came on the show, I grew to like him, love him, because he was this kid who all odds were stacked against, but he was determined to try. She gave him tutors. I mean, she did way more than what a grandmother has to do to make sure that he had what he needed to be successful at completing high school. He honored her. He did that. He graduated from high school. He was killed in 2016. And for me, like, it was a straight devastating blow. I remember what it felt like. I remember reading the headlines. I remember saying, no, 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 because Ms.Robbie did everything she could to make him, or to ensure that he would be safe. Hey, Van Life Voyages. But one of the things that I said from the very beginning was that was someone who knew him that did that. It had to be. So imagine my surprise, my shock this week when the allegations come forth that his uncle is being charged, his only uncle is being charged in a murder for hire plot against him, and that he had taken out a $450,000 insurance policy on him, that there's another young lady involved by the name of Terica something, and she's an exotic dancer from Memphis, Tennessee. And so again, he's innocent until proven guilty, though my gut says that he is guilty. Hey, listen, Will, tell me that we are complete, that you have hit your hours. And so, thus the reason of today's topic. Tim Norman of Sweetie Pies, an excellent example that blood doesn't make one family. If I could speak to Tim, I would have so many questions for him. But some of my main question would be is, I have just waiting on an email from YouTube. I haven't gotten an email from YouTube. Does it just say YouTube, or does it say YouTube content creators? What is the heading? Because when I hit my milestones, I don't remember getting an email from YouTube. Going back. For $450,000 in insurance policy, that was only in his name. The federal government, or the feds, or Federal Bureau of Investigations, has created a timeline that definitely shows that there's motive. Now, I know that he, again, is innocent until proven guilty, but I can only imagine the heartache that puts on his mother. I would hope, or like to think, that Tim didn't play a part in this, but it's just so hard for me, because I could see past more than what Tim showed the camera, and I don't know if that makes sense. So that's that story, but I want to talk about like family and family dynamics and what makes a family, and is it necessary for blood to make one family? And then not only that, but why is it that we can have situations like this in a family? You know, some of the things that I thought about was jealousy, envy, just plain old hate. But the truth is, where would that come from? Why would Tim feel that way? What made him feel that Andre was expendable, that he wasn't a necessary part of their family? And then just wanting to talk about family, because what I'm learning and what I'm starting to see as I've gotten older and grown is that everybody doesn't see family the same way. Everybody doesn't, like for me and my cousins, that's a great example. we're all close enough really to be sisters, even though we're cousins. Like, we're close enough to be sisters. Um, but is that not the case in every family? Um, Siblings, how do siblings learn to hate one another? Neil Court says it's possible he's a sociopath. Well, what are some signs to a sociopath? I mean, there has to be something wrong to be able to do something like that and go to sleep and know that it's going to hurt your mother, know that it's going to hurt your family, know that your mom put so much into him. And I think that's where I struggle, Neil, is just trying to understand the whys when sometimes you really can't understand the whys. But then I often think if we can get to a place where we can understand the whys, we can prevent certain things from happening. Like, I don't know if he was in some type of debt, which is still no excuse. I don't know if his life was threatened, which is still no excuse. However, my prayer is and has been, if he is guilty, that he doesn't drag this out, that he comes forward, be a man, tell the truth, so that his mother can then start her journey to healing, because she's already an older lady. And I just can't imagine what she's feeling right now. I read an article. Hey, Rohan, how are you? Thank you for coming in. That stated she was headed to Mississippi. And I can't imagine. I just can't. Now, of course, one of the biggest signs is they are charismatic, very intelligent, blame other people for problems. Well, that's Tim. It's all hot air says, I have an older sister and I have a twin sister. My best friend is more family than my sisters. Wow. Yeah. And I'm sure my sisters would probably say that about me, but we didn't grow up together. Not that it makes an excuse, but it's hard to, like, my baby sister and I, we communicate, we talk. It's not every day, but we do communicate, we talk. My middle sister knows that I'm here for her if ever she needs me, but we don't communicate every day. And then I have 2 brothers by my father and 2 more by my bio and 2 by my mom. The 2 by my mom know that I'm always there. The 2 by my bio, I think the youngest knows that I'm here if he needs me. My other brother may not feel the same way, but we don't talk that often. Now, of course, it says, I don't think most people or families can recover from this type of family death. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah. And I think Ms.Robbie is like 80 something years old, if I'm not mistaken, or close to. And it's like, for me, again, what were you thinking? And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but my gut is like, girl, you did it. You did it. Hey, Vermont. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. It was all our pleasure. It was our pleasure. You're amazing. I agree, Neil. I pray that he doesn't even go to trial. I pray that if he did this in any type of way, that he just admits it because he still has 2 children here. And so break the cycle. Stop. I mean, you've sown some bloody seeds. Try to write this before your children get grown. He said, yes, it was. Are you kidding me? So how did the box, you'll have to send me a picture, but was the stuff okay? It's all hot air says, how can Ms.Robbie forgive Tim for the death of her grandson? Because she's a mom. You know, I shared it on Facebook today, and I was just saying how, or I was responding to a friend's post, and I just said, you know, the sad part to this is he can tell his mom, I didn't do it. And he's probably going to lie to the very end. And his mother is going to believe him because that's her son. And you can't fathom that your son would do something like that. He says, yes, it was perfect. They're just lazy. So do they work the same as the other pen that you love? Hey, my rainbow, how are you doing, love? Are you tired? You are one working 20-year-old lady. You work really hard. So today is Let's Talk It Out Thursday. And you know what that means. Aisha's not going to be talking by herself. I know you are, sugar. You work so hard. You deserve all the rest. You deserve the glory and the honor. I lift my hands in worship and I praise your holy name. You deserve the glory and the honor. I lift my hands in worship and I praise your holy name. For you are great, you do miracles so great, and there's no one else like you. There is no one else like you, for you are great, you do miracles so great. There is no one else like you. There is no one else like you. Y'all, I think that's Vicky Yohe. I'm not 100% sure. It just popped in my mind just then. For you are great. You do miracles so great. There is no one else like you. There is no one else like you. For you are great. You do miracles so great. There is no one else like you. There is no one else like you. I think it's Vicky Yohe. If it's not Vicky Yohe, it is what's her name? Dun, dun, dun. When you come into his presence, lifting up the name of Jesus, and you see the people praising. Just forget about your troubles. Leave your something out behind you. Wait another minute. Just get up and off your feet and get to dancing, singing, praising, jumping. What is her name? Martha Munizzi. So it was one of the two. Wait, did I paint today? Now I'm questioning if I was there. You were there, Bruce. I watched. Thank you, Rainbow. Yes, they are. Thank you guys so much for helping me I will send you a picture right now. Mothman, yeah, I couldn't think of it. That's who it is. That's who it is. So yeah, just going back to the whole blood doesn't make one family. And that's just fact. I mean, of course, you have people that have been adopted and loved like their own. Oh, no problem, Vermont. Trust me, I've double dosed on medicine in the morning because I couldn't remember if I had just taken it. But like that's low. And I don't want to believe that he did it, but that was the first time that somebody said something and I was like, you dirty so and so and so and so. Like, and normally I'm like, wait, you have to go to court and go through the process and Oh, I'm so happy. I do my best to share out everywhere I go in the event that somebody in the tribe wants to follow and come with me. She said, YouTube has been my job, love. Yes, YouTube has definitely been your job. It's been my job too. It is my job. I don't care what my daughter says. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go eventually. It is my job, and I'm trying to figure out how to be better at my job. Thank you, CeeLo. You are the best. Yeah. So yeah, the link is in the chat. 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 If anybody want to come up on this Good Talk It Out Thursday. Now that was my topic for today, but you're not limited to your topic. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about or talk through because it is talk it out, talk it out, talk it out, talk it out, talk it out. Thursday. Vermont says my pleasure. Yes. I love going to Rain Bells lives. I stopped in this morning briefly, so I didn't say much. What are we talking about? Fresh versus frozen? Vegetables or fruit or food? All right, at Vermont, you're gonna make the fridge come in. We were talking about family and the fact that blood doesn't make family, and with family like I don't want to make him guilty, but with family like Tim Norman of Sweetie Pies, who needs enemies, basically. Basically. Okay. Give peas a chance. Vermont, you're so welcome. Hope we got the ones you use. Those are the ones I wanted to try, Dre. Thank you. Have you tried them yet, Vermont? Guys, if you have not hit the like button, please do so. I greatly appreciate it. YouTube likes it. In the words of Blacklight Records, I love it. Amen and amen again. Not as of yet. Oh, blood does not make you family. I know this firsthand. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, it does not. Um, y'all, that phone just rings. Oh, Neil, of course, is what did you get? What did you get to try, Bruce? I'll let Bruce tell that. So, does anyone have any topic that's on their mind this morning? It's Talk It Out Thursday, guys. We can talk it out, talk it out, talk it out. Host, we often spend more time with those who we are not related to by blood. Why is that, Dre? Why do you think that's so? At nail court, some very wonderful families sent me some acrylic fine tip pens. Are you saying bye, Van Vita Travels? Bye. Did you have a topic that you would like to talk about? Traveling? As my grandmama would say, the highways and byways. Oh, hello. Hello, Van Vita Travels. How are you? Mr. and Mrs. Annabello, you guys are so awesome. You are awesome. Oh, you're awesome. Lord, you are awesome. Oh, you're awesome. If it wasn't for your love, wasn't for your grace, I don't know where I'd be without you. I'd love to. It's all hot air says. Ms.Robbie has so much death in her family. I hope she take care of herself. This will hurt her for a long time. It's hot air. I agree. I just can't. I don't know. Like, she's very strong. He just needs to tell the truth. Van Vita Travels, I would love to interview you on my channel. I love your positivity. I would love to come to your channel. You can email me at Iseashia at gmail.com. Vermont says, I don't spend time with my sibs. We are like oil and water. They look down on me because I walked away from things they think are needed in life. Wow. Wow. You know, I will say I've had a friend to choose not to be my friend. And it actually hurt because this was someone that I did care greatly about, but because I'm not the friend that can call you every day. I'm not the friend that can talk to you every day. I'm not the friend that's living above her means or her status quo. I'm just Iseashia, and it's like take it or leave it. But I am that friend that's there when you need me, and it hurt a little bit because it was like we could have had a conversation about that, but I realized we had two different paths in life, and sometimes you can't just make that work. And hers was more of an upper echelon type of lifestyle, and that's not me. It never has been. I don't even know how to set a table properly. Dre says host because you choose friends and not family.
Hello,
I don't know that. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Fulton.
how are you doing?
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. How are you doing? Asha, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you, love.
Oh, sorry about that. Hang on one second.
Mr. Fulton.
Hang on. Okay.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
I can. How are you?
Okay. Doing okay. I've been busy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And this is my last year for college.
Say that again, Mr. Fulton.
I said this is my last year of college.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yep, I got next Friday. Next Friday is going to be my audition for American Idol.
Yes, I know. I know. So are you doing it online?
Do what?
Is it online?
Yeah, it's virtual because of this whole pandemic thing.
What song are you singing?
Gambler.
Say that again for me.
The Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
You said something by Kenny Rogers?
Yeah, The Gambler.
The Gambler. You want to give
Yep.
us a sample?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just getting out the bus. Hold on one second. One second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. It's been a long day for me. I'm going to have to take a nap.
I understand.
Yes. Thanks, Sandy. Bye. Okay. Sorry about that.
So it's going to be Friday, August 28th.
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yep, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound to nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns staring at the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I could see you out of faces for a taste of your whiskey. I'll give you some advice." So I had in my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And then I got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you game boy, you gotta learn to play you right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know where to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, never gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep, 'cause every hand's a winner And every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. Then somewhere in the darkness, the gambler he broke even. And the words I found, and they said I can keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know where to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know where to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know where to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be counting. When the dealing's done.
Good job, Mr. Fulton. Good job. Stay positive, stay consistent, keep practicing.
Yep, that's what I gotta do. Yep.
You're gonna do well. You're gonna do well. So I'm gonna tell you.
The TR show was on my stream last night, and then my. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. I auditioned for American Idol.
What'd you say? Aisha?
I've auditioned for American Idol before. It was the about 2000.
2009 or something.
Yeah, when they like for the third or fourth season. Yeah. So I know that you can get.
I'll try to do my best.
Nervous, yes. And guess what? If you don't
I'm not. I can do this.
You can do it, and if you don't get a gold ticket, it is all right, because there are so many people out there that can really sing and that can really play around with different ranges, and they're also kind of have in mind the vocals that they're looking for that year. So stay positive. That's what I want to encourage you to do.
That's what I got to do.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome, Aisha. You might want to come to my radio show tonight at 8. I will. I'm doing it at 5 p.m.
Oh.
Because I'm going to do it early tonight.
Okay. Can you write that in the chat for me?
Yeah, I can put it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day and get you some rest.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for allowing Mr. Fulton to bless us with his song and him going to American Idol. I am excited for him. His audition is on the 28th. It's virtual. Vermont, I agree with Dre. You said, I chose not to be a part of the church I grew up in or to follow the path I was set on by my parents. I finished college young and then went back to wrenches instead of books. And if that's what makes you happy, that's where you should be. And Dre says, Vermont, that's awesome that you followed your path and not someone else's. Yes, because this would make you happy. Absolutely. And Neil Court, I fully understand. I do. And my email is always open. It's Iseashia@gmail.com. And I tell you guys all the time, I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody that listens. I'm somebody who's gone through some things. I try to give several different perspectives, but I'm not a licensed psychologist, psychiatrist. social worker, any of that. I'm just a person that wants to see us all make it through life, and live a life that's filled with quality and not just going day to day. Hey, Bridget Clark. I was actually typing to you, letting you know that that I have been missing you guys as well. I haven't been live this week in the evening, which that's the first time since I started 3 months ago. But that's because I had two friends to lose loved ones, and I just wanted to be available for them if they called at any time. For the last 4 nights, I've actually been with, well, afternoon and night, I've been with one of my friends and still trying to reach out to the other. So I appreciate you guys for coming in through the daytime. And hopefully, when I do get back on schedule next week, you guys will still come in. I'm torn about what my evening days will be. I don't know if I'm just going to stick to Tuesday and Thursday, or if I'm going to throw an additional day in. Thinking I'm going to stick to Tuesday and Thursday and throw an additional day in for surprises at night, because school also started back for me this week. And so, yeah, it's been a real week. And then school starts for my son on the 30th of this month. And Dre says, Aisha breaking with a new exclusive, The Gambler, performed by Mr. Fulton. I love it. Thank you for sharing me out, Blacklight Records. Hey, King, how are you? Please tell Linda I said happy belated birthday. I actually said happy birthday to her yesterday on the live as well. Dre, he did it live on screen on TR the other night. That's awesome. Vermont, you didn't have to just blow the thunder out of my exclusive. Oh, Blacklight Records is all right with me. But I have missed you guys. %100% agree with you, Vermont Paint. And I know that if Bruce had to step in, that's almost like the other day when we were in the live and I had to, I don't know if I blocked that person or put them in timeout. And Vermont says, "Uh-oh, now you made Aisha put you in time," because I'm pretty tolerant, but some stuff I can't. Oh, okay, thank you. He said that was at night, so this is a daytime exclusive. Cool. Aisha, have to go back. Hope to see you. Yeah, I do too, Bridget. And please know that I bless God for all y'all. Just keep us in your prayers. You know, when you're dealing with the death of people that are young and not old and your age, and it affects you a little bit differently. So thank you. I appreciate it. Peter Lud, how are you? Guys, I'm dropping the link in the chat again. For anyone who would like to come up and talk about today's subject or any subject. I'm grateful that you stepped in, bro. I am stating this publicly. He meant well, but needed some limitations. Hey, the positive pusher. How you doing, love? I appreciate you. I do. I really, really do. Guess it's kind of good. I came into your live and spoke, but I didn't stay yesterday. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened. But okay, guys, let's talk about Thursday. We don't necessarily have to talk about family and sweetie pies. I'm glad you're doing well. I am. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You'll probably be leading the conversation though, because I hadn't watched much on TV, so I did not see the Democratic National Convention. But that Ricker says, "I'm missing your lives, Queen, great Queen Aisha. Your healing energy is needed. We need your power." Wow. Hey, Betsy. She said, "What y'all talking about?" Right now, we're just chit chatting. The initial conversation was the whole Tim Norman of Sweetie Pies, and is an example that blood doesn't make one family. And it just doesn't. And it's okay. I see you called it this. I did. Yeah, I'll be back on next week for sure in the evening. This week, because my mind was so many places, and I wanted to, like I said, avail myself to my friends when needed, because these are people that one is here for us, but also, 45 is young, and so to lose a mate at that age, a cousin at that age, that's different. That's not expected. So yeah, in order to keep myself healthy and keep myself in a great mental space, I just said I'll do the lives during the day, and I'll try to do visits in the evening. Hey, Shay's Journey. I left my phone on you last night, so I don't know what time it ended or the phone died. One of the two happened, but I did leave it on you. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and thank you all for hitting the thumbs up button. You guys are the best. Bessie Spring said, all you gotta do is click the link. She said, "I would like to testify." Come on through. Come on through, testimony. So one of the things that I said, if I could have asked questions, and I put at the end of the description that jealousy, envy, and rage will suck the life out of you. We must do daily checks to ensure we don't allow those things to rest inside of us. We can't control them, so don't pacify those feelings or justify them. Acknowledge these toxic emotions and let them go. Oh, you're okay, honey. So I guess I'll ask a question. Has anyone ever taken the time or noticed that you didn't feel something right about somebody, and instead of accusing or blaming that person, stopped and looked at you first to see if your thoughts towards the person was clear, or was it covered by jealousy, envy, discord? I can say that I have. Yeah, I have. I'm not above, what do you call it? I'm not above reproach when it comes to that, but I can say that I have, especially growing up, because I couldn't understand why, how can I say it? Why certain loved ones didn't like me, you know? And so knowing what that felt like, it made me more aware of it in my adulthood. Actually, I think as horrible as it was, it kind of helped me to not be a jealous person and to always try to root for everybody else. but then that's not healthy either. So I have to find the balance to be able to root for everybody else and still do what I need to do for myself. But I often find myself turning my light down or dimming my light, so that I don't make anyone feel as if I'm trying to outdo them or outshine them or uncomfortable. Shay said, yes, I have a couple of times. The positive pusher says, yes, I have. Vermont Pain says, oh, yes, thank you for talking me out of my exit from YouTube. I felt I was being untrue to myself. I had to step back and rethink, who am I? Well, I'm so grateful that you're not leaving, because we need you in the morning time. We need to hear you painting in the brush, what do you call it, brush strokes, and just you and your last minute decisions on your paintings. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. And I just think jealousy, envy, rage are 3 things that we have to monitor. We have to monitor, because if we don't, they can run rampant and we're not able to control them. And we don't start to think right. And if we think that we're above experiencing those feelings and emotions, we also need to check ourselves with it, because we aren't above experiencing those feelings or emotions. So yeah, absolutely. Dre says, hey, and welcome in B.S. I love you. Shay, you are all right, honey. All right now. Gonna make it, we're gonna make it anyhow. All right, don't put this link in here one good time. And then we got about 8 minutes. And your girl gonna be signing off this thing. Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow. Bruce, we probably need to talk offline. So was it you, or was it somebody else, or was it you seeing it? Like I don't even like seeing it with somebody else. It kind of makes me sad. Wow. Doc 1423 says those 3 things don't always manifest violently or aggressively. No, they don't. However, if we don't deal with them, eventually they will. Oh wow, Bruce. Wow. The positive pusher says jealousy can be a beast and sometimes cause us to see something that is not really there. Absolutely. Or even with envy and rage will have you thinking people are talking about you that's not talking about you. Rage will have you thinking, actually all 3 of them, have you thinking people are talking about you that aren't even thinking twice about you, kind of make you put yourself on a pedestal that you put yourself on, and people again aren't thinking twice about you. Now, jealousy can go both ways, but I've learned not to entertain it if it's coming my way. And if I feel like I'm just not feeling right about somebody, I always check myself, because I want to know why. Like, I need to know why. I want to make sure that it's not a jealousy thing or an envy thing or a rage thing. But that's just me. But I agree, they don't always manifest violently or aggressively. but they definitely, if left to continue to grow, can fester and cause an ugly monster. Peace, Lloyd. Welcome.
How
Welcome.
are you, great one? How you
Hi.
doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I had to put on a shirt before I entered your broadcast.
Thank you.
I almost just came on without thought. Um, you know, um, I just wanted to say very quickly, we miss your lives, and I think sometimes you don't understand the impact you're having on us.
Oh wow, I
Because
don't.
the thing is, I think you deal with topics that they're real and they're relatable, and they're stuff that we're dealing with on a day to day, like, every day of our lives we're going through that.
Yeah.
um in terms of what you're discussing today about jealousy, and that's something that I felt, that I know, that I think everyone in the life has gone through that process.
Mhm.
And what I love about what you're saying is that we have to remain vigilant, because sometimes it sneaks up on you.
Mhm.
Like you don't even realize that this is happening. Years ago, I had a good friend, when we left university, and he started a computer business, and I was struggling in my art.
Mhm.
And I remember, I mean, this is someone I love till today. We are brothers, not, but brothers spiritually.
Yeah.
And I remember his business grew exponentially
Mhm.
very quickly. Like within 2, 3 years, he was driving a nice car. He had bought a nice house.
Mhm.
You know, I couldn't pay the rent. I couldn't afford furniture. And I remember one day I went to see him in his office, and I was sitting outside he was in a meeting, and I felt this thing. Let's call it a thing.
Mhm.
And I remember looking around. He had about 20 people on his staff. You know, we were the same age. I had to take the bus to come see him, you know, and I found myself saying, why is this me?
Mhm.
Why is this me? I mean, I'm working just as hard.
Mhm.
I'm putting in the work, Lord, why is it happening to Terrelong? What about me?
Mhm.
And I had to catch myself,
Mhm.
because I realized immediately that if I allowed that thought to grow, the impact it would have had on me would have
Yes.
been horrible.
Yes.
It would have devastated a wonderful friendship, and it would have made me bitter and
Yes.
angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And years later, he and I had a conversation. Um, and we were in Florida talking, and he said to me, he said, "Bro, I remember I came to see you in Germany, and you were 200,000 people screaming for you, man. And I'm gonna apologize, but I felt jealous." And I
Oh.
said to me, I said, I felt jealous years ago when your company just blew up, and we started to laugh. And he said to me, he said, the moment I felt that, I realized, and I mean, this is going to sound strange to some people in the life, right? But I believe the devil is a liar,
Mhm.
okay? And I
Mhm.
believe the devil is a real entity.
Mhm.
I believe the devil takes many forms.
Mhm.
And jealousy is one of the things that he does to
Mhm.
limit your leveling up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's his way of stopping you from seeing it. I learned that day sitting there in his burgeoning office, because he's still very successful.
Mhm.
Um, I said, I made a decision, and I think it helped me for the rest of my natural life, which was, I said, okay, because Aisha, I talk to myself, and I know you say it's crazy that I answer myself in a different voice, right?
The answering in a different way. How can we find? It's just the answering
I
that
do. I've been doing that my whole life, though. I am not ashamed. Any one of my friends would tell you I actually answer myself. And what happened is, I remember saying to myself, maybe what I should be doing is celebrating that he's doing so well.
Yes.
And then I should try to figure out what is it that he's doing, why he's succeeding.
Yes.
Make this a learning process. So um, I just wanted to share that because I think that, because here's the funny thing, this is someone I love.
Yes.
So, I mean, when that thought hit me that day, it came from, like, that's when I started to believe the devil is a liar. Because
Yeah.
that could not have come from me. I'm saying, but where
Yeah.
would this come from? It's like someone was just whispering in your ear,
Yes.
you deserve this. Why is he getting this? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it helped me because I realized when I had other moments, because I think all of us as human beings, you're gonna have those moments when you
Yes.
say, why not me?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
I work as hard as Bobby or Bruce or
Yeah.
so why not me? But then I just realized in that moment that it was a distraction. My
Yeah.
dad used to tell me, say, Aisha, my dad used to say, son, where we grew up, there was a group of guys who were always standing on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were always on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And they were always saying, when I get older, I'm gonna buy myself a Mercedes. You know, I'm gonna marry so and so and so and so. And I remember one day we were driving past, and my father looked at them and he smiled and waved. And I said, Dad, why did you look at them at that time? My father said, those men are going to be standing on the corner for the rest of their lives, saying they're going to do something. And I said, Dad, that's an unreasonable statement to make. And he said, it's not unreasonable because I've grown up seeing people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And 20 years later, they were on the corner saying the same things. And I remember I stopped one day and I talked to them, and one of them said to me, um, his name was Joel, very nice guy. Joel said, you can't talk, your life is good. Your life is good, I mean, I don't even understand how you came from the same neighborhood and you're doing so well. And I remember I said to him, I said, Joel, I'm your brother, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Joel, that's the devil talking because I've been there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to understand, Joel, that while you were standing up and talking, I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a cold thing to say, but I understood. I mean, my father's passed away, but I got it. Um, Envy and jealousy is a way to limit you from leveling up. That's
Yes.
really what it honestly is. It's a way of stopping you.
Yes.
Because the time you spend envying and being jealous, you could be doing something far more productive.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
it's and that's easier said than done. But the truth is, as I said, we all experience jealousy. There are gonna be people who look at you and Dre and say, "Oh, their relationship is perfect."
Mm-hmm.
You get me? They're
No,
gonna, yeah,
we've gotten
because that's
ain't nobody that
sorry.
happy. Don't nobody like
Pardon?
each other that much. I said we've gotten it before. Ain't nobody that happy. Don't nobody like
Yeah,
that much. And it's like y'all don't even know what we go through on a day-to-day
but
basis.
it's their jealousy. It's their insecurities though, because it's you have something that they can't imagine themselves having, and I think that's the thing. When we get distracted by jealousy, because it's a distraction,
Yeah.
once you get distracted, what it does is it restricts you. So you it's like hate, all right? I heard someone say recently, if it's not appropriate, just stop me.
You're fine.
Someone said to me they hate your president.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why do you hate this gentleman? You don't know him. You don't know what created him. You don't know what happened. And the person said, well, yeah, because so. And I said, listen, I want you to hear what I'm saying. You're wasting your energy.
Mm-hmm.
You have far more positive things to do with your life.
Yes.
Don't waste your. Even if you think the person is worth it, you're
Yes.
actually wasting that energy. You
Yes.
need to use your energy to to improve your condition,
Yes.
your sense of self.
Yes.
So I think those three people walk together: hate, envy, jealousy.
Yes.
You know, they're like a little, they're like a little, triplets.
Yes.
They kind of roll together.
Yes.
You know, yeah. I hear people, and like I said, I've experienced it, but I try to step back and say, no, don't, refocus. Don't focus on that. Simple example. I know Shaggy, the artist.
Mm-hmm.
We're not friends, but we know each other. We
Mm-hmm.
are prominent enough. If we see each other, we say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Now, years ago, when he had the huge success with It Wasn't Me,
Mm-hmm.
we were in the studio one day, and I saw his rise. And one of my acquaintances who I used to roll with, and I had to eventually stop rolling with, would
Mm-hmm.
say to me, you're better than Shaggy, You're better than, you deserve that, You should be doing that,
Yeah.
And one day, my manager at the time, Alice, turned to him and said, and at first I was a little offended, right? Because he would say this to me constantly. I mean, he would constantly bring up Shaggy. And I
Mm-hmm.
kept wondering, why is he bringing up, like, okay, I mean, Shaggy's thing is Shaggy's thing. And Alice turned to him and said, Dave, get behind me, Satan.
Yes.
And I thought that was, I said, check, Alice, that's harsh. And she said, no, it's not Dave that's talking. It's the evil using Dave to stop you from getting to your path,
Yes.
right? And sometimes I realize that this trilogy that we all have, I have it. I will admit to this. I've
Mm-hmm.
had my moments of jealousy and envy, and hate,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just a distraction. It's a way of stopping Queen Aisha or Bruce or Shay or anyone from achieving what is theirs.
Yeah.
It's yours because I I mean, I believe we are all destined for greatness. We
Absolutely.
all have that we are deserving of that.
Absolutely.
And the only one that stops us is ourselves. I mean,
Absolutely.
society does conspire, but the truth is we need to try and remember I'm deserving of this.
Yes.
And I think once we do that, then it's easier to push the hate and the envy and the
Mm-hmm.
jealousy aside. You know.
I agree.
Um, but I just wanted to share that real quick.
No, I
Queen Aisha.
appreciate it. That was
You know.
some great stuff. Dre said, Blacklight Records, I appreciate that, bro. And Dre also says, hey, we are perfectly imperfect, but serve a God that is perfectly perfect. Yes.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
beautifully stated.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. That is beautifully stated. That's beautiful. And I think sometimes we forget this. We forget that
Yes.
we're flawed.
Yes.
And we're gonna have our moments, but we have to step back and take a breath.
Yes.
Say, you know what? All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, my dad used to tell me the story of one of the few Bible stories my father used to tell me is the story of Joseph
Mm-hmm.
and the coat of many colors. And
Mm-hmm.
when I hit my late teens, I started to understand the significance of that story because the part that he stressed was when the famine hit them and they went to Egypt and realized that it was their brother that they had thrown into the hole. My father said, what you have to remember is that Joseph was so happy to see them.
Mm-hmm.
He had no memory of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was his brothers, and the love was overwhelming. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So sometimes we just have to I try desperately to stay within the confines of love. I
Yes.
try because I realize if I get lost or beyond that point, I'm going to do stupid things and,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do stuff that I'm going to regret. So I try
Mm-hmm.
to stay within the confines of love.
Absolutely.
So I try to see the best in the people that I'm around.
Yes.
I try. Yeah.
Yes. And I
And
definitely.
in so doing, I also try to see the best in myself.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that we don't do enough. We
Mm-hmm.
try to see the best in other people. But I think it's okay to say, you know what, I'm flawed, but for a flawed being, I'm not bad. I'm all right.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I'm
I'm not
holding
that bad. Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ruth Daly came in and she said, "Hi, Blacklight Records."
Hey, Ruth Daly.
And Vermont says he likes to say, "I'm perfect at being imperfect."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I,
Vermont has an amazing energy,
yes.
and I don't even think he recognizes that
Yes.
thing about his energy. Because, as
Yes.
I said to you before, I didn't know I could watch someone paint, and at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the process, it felt like I'd gone to the psychiatrist and
Yeah.
talked for 2 hours
Yeah.
and felt better. It's kind of weird, but I
Yeah.
don't even think he realized the power of
Yeah.
that. And I think it's because he loves what he does.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you. It's
Yeah.
like I miss your lives. So when I miss your lives, I get upset with myself
Oh,
because
it's
you
okay.
don't realize it's true. You don't realize that the impact you have, well, on me, and I
Mhm.
believe on most of us, is that you are confronting the issues that we need to confront, but you do it from a place of love,
Wow.
and even more beautifully, you do from a place where you can relate because you've been through some of these experiences yourself. And
Yeah.
what that does for us is it makes us feel safe,
Yeah.
because remember, one of the issues with us as human beings is that we tend to be afraid to
Hmm.
open up.
Wow.
So we are locked away. So I mean, when I said to you I miss the lives, and when I said to you when I miss your lives I get upset, I'm not just saying that, but like, I generally get upset because you're doing something that I think we need more of. We need more people doing it, because instead of feeling that we're perfect or we're standing alone, that the farmer in the farmer in the dell, and the cheese stands alone. No one wants to be the cheese. So
Yeah.
I think what you do is, like, uh, one of your first lives, I came to you talking about your mom, and I cried
Oh, wow.
because I I understood. I understood. My mom and I are great, but my grandmother and I were like that.
Yeah.
So thank you so very much. All right.
No, thank you for coming up.
All
I
right.
appreciate
Love
you.
your queen. Big up yourself, Dre.
But,
All right.
he said Joseph is his guy. Wonderful story.
All right. Cool. Later.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye. Hey, Positive. You're on mute, love. Positive. You have yourself muted. Ooh. Positive, you're muted. And I don't think I can unmute you. Yep, I can't unmute you.
Oh.
You have to unmute.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, yeah, I had myself muted, and I was having some connection issues. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well.
God
Great
willing.
topic today. Oh my gosh, yes. Jealousy. I'm telling you, it could rear its ugly head at the most unopportune times. I tell you, I've experienced that, and I'm sure you probably have as well. Just being on this platform, um, being in YouTube, and being a new content creator, you come all optimistic and you just want to
Mm-hmm.
love on everybody and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not that you want to be the hero, but you just want to encourage
Mm-hmm.
everybody. You just come just eyes bright, wide open, and maybe even to a fault of naivety.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to say within my first couple of months or so, being a content creator, I experienced that, and it broke my heart. I mean, I can't even, because I know that I was coming from a genuine place, and it just, there was no need for it, and like that's why I made the comment. Jealousy will sometimes cause you to see something that's not there. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
And sometimes we're being our authentic self, and people may look at it a different way and think that you're trying to do something else that you're not. You know.
Yes.
And I had a situation where I was fairly new, and one thing that I never do is ask people like to promote me or shout me out or anything like
Mhm.
that. And this particular person wanted to do it on their own, which I welcomed it. That was great. And so some of their subscribers came over to my channel, and I did what I did there.
Mhm.
And it got to the point to where sometimes our lives would conflict, meaning I would go live the same times that they went live.
Mhm.
Well, their subscribers started coming to my channel instead of going to theirs. And I by no means tried to, do
Yeah.
that. And so yeah, it got to the point to where they were telling them not to come over to my channel. And so they started unsubscribing and all of that or whatever. And it was like, wow. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I
You
don't
break.
understand. And it had to do with, I guess I wasn't intentionally trying to do that, And can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I guess I don't know. I had to really think about that. I think it was really hard because I consider myself a very supportive person. Like you were saying, you support people and you even dim your own light so that they can be good.
Right.
And it came to a point where I had to realize it's like, why are you on here? It's good that you're supporting people, but when are you going to spend time over in your house getting your stuff together?
Right.
Yeah, I'm everywhere, all over the YouTube streets. And I had to make up my mind that I said, okay, if I said that I'm called to do this, and I need to start figuring out how I can balance supporting as well as building my own platform. And so I
Absolutely.
started doing that, you
Absolutely.
know, and
Yeah,
all I
absolutely.
can say is we just have to check our motives whenever we feel we're getting to a place of jealousy.
Mhm.
Just check our motives. What is it that's coming up in us that's causing us to feel that way about that particular thing or particular person? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think for me, one of the greatest tools that I use to help me with that is I make it my business to celebrate others who need,
Mm-hmm.
um simply because I don't want to sit back or have something inside of me like jealousy, envy,
Right.
rage, just because I know that those things can grow into ugly monsters, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I don't want to be that.
Right.
But then the what is it? What do you call it? The flip sides to that is sometimes I can come across as very nonchalant or that I don't care about certain things, and that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sometimes I just have to be quiet and do some introspection and some reflection on myself, if that
And then
makes sense.
also being quiet sometimes is protecting you, protecting yourself
Yes,
from getting into something that you don't need to get involved in.
yes.
Um,
Because I still have yet
yeah,
to
it's
learn how
crazy. And so,
to
yeah,
snap it. Yes.
yeah. And I'm like you. I mean, we pretty much do the same thing. And I'm like, I'm pushing you out there because if my true ultimate goal is for people to be encouraged and inspired and to be uplifted, I don't care where they get it from. If it's someone that's genuine, we're better together. The more the merrier. I want more people to
Yes.
create platforms. And so I never feel like everything has to be all on my channel. If I see
Yes.
somebody else that's doing something that's amazing, hey, y'all go check them out. You know what I mean? If I'm not gonna be online, go to these other channels. They're
Mhm.
inspiring. If you need that, I'm all about that. You know what I mean? There's no room for that.
Yes.
And I feel like we're better together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And truthfully,
Just
even for me, if I'm live, but that person is offering what you need, go. I
it's
want you to
sad,
get
but
what you need,
we just have to be
you
mindful
know?
that we don't allow ourselves to get in a place to where record said, mhm, yeah, like record said, it probably comes in threes. That jealousy, then the envy is going to
Mhm.
come in, and then the hatred and all that. And so it's important for us
Yes.
to be mindful.
And know that we don't. I think the other
Yeah.
piece with jealousy when it comes to like that root part is that not having control of something. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Hmm.
you don't get to control other areas. You don't get to control other people's platforms. You don't get to control who
Right.
goes to whose platform.
Exactly.
Even in life, you don't get to control who becomes friends by way of, even
Right.
if it was by way of you. We don't get to monitor that, and so
Right.
it's a
Exactly.
process. Yeah, it's a
It is a process. And so yeah, so we definitely have to, and it's unfortunate, you have to protect yourself. And um I just try to use wisdom and have God lead me to connect me with authentic people
yes,
that's like-minded
yes,
and that's not out for that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like me and you connected and we're good. You know what I mean? And I just continue to pray that I'm led to connect with other people like that. Because like I
yes,
said, we can cover more ground with the positivity and encouragement
absolutely,
um, together, not being jealous and tearing each other down, you
absolutely,
know? So,
absolutely. It's
but
in the
yeah.
drawer,
hmm
little peach peel.
So,
Absolutely.
so I just wanted to share for just a few moments. And I totally,
For coming up,
yeah,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it, because I was
You're
like, it's
welcome.
out Thursday, so I want us to talk, but not just talk. I want um, like it didn't just have to be this conversation, but
hmm
I know stuff weighs heavy on us differently, and
Right.
so yeah, I talked about Tim and Sweetie Pies because it's something that I had been watching, I'd been following.
hmm
Um, but it didn't have to stop there,
Right.
with the part that blood doesn't make one family. Um,
Right.
that in itself is true as well. So
Yes, it is.
thank
Definitely. So, well, thank you again for allowing me to come up on your
you.
platform to say a couple of words. And
I appreciate you. I do. I do.
I appreciate you more.
Yeah, I praise God.
So, okay. All right. So I'm
Yep.
going to go back down in the chat.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. It's the tablet, not the capsule. Okay, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Blacklight Records and Positive Pusher, for coming up. Shay says, yes, Aisha, that's exactly how I am. I agree. Vermont says, my jealousy is not YouTube, it is health. I see people doing things I wish I could do again. So maybe envy more than jealousy. Wow. Thank you for coming up, Positive Pusher. So, you know what, Vermont? I can say that I've experienced that as well. Dre shaking his head like this, but I've experienced that as well. Especially with having what's the word? Having being the caregiver of three. So you don't get to just go when you want to go. It's called the generic name. I'm sorry. It's Peach.
Peach and what?
No. 1 second, guys. It's a peach tablet that says something amphetamine. I'm sorry. But I know seeing people on vacation and seeing other countries in Jamaica and even, not even, but the Philippines and Hong Kong and Korea and just so many places that I want to go, that in order for me to do that, I would have to figure a lot of stuff out. So it's not that simple for me. So I get that. I would encourage you though to watch is it Van Life? Because he is a quadriplegic, and his motto is roll with it. And I went and looked at their channel and I just fell in love because they're determined to live life to the fullest no matter what is thrown their way. And I can appreciate that because sometimes we we want the life that we thought we'd have instead of trying to make the best out of the life that we have. And that's something that we have to work hard at. We know the cards that have been dealt to us. So how are we going to play these cards to have the best opportunity for the best quality of life without regrets? Because I don't want to get old and have regrets because I didn't go here, or because I didn't go there, or I didn't get to see this, because as you get older, those regrets turn into, they start making you be mean. I guess that's the best way I can say it, and it's probably so plain, but it makes you bitter. Yeah, that's a good word. Hold on one quick second, guys. Sorry. Bitter is a good word. And I saw it was a Facebook meme, but on it basically says being bitter is like making some poison for someone else and drinking it yourself. Vermont says, I seem to have a few jokers. You look at the dog behind me. There's no dog behind me. Is there a dog behind me? Now you have me looking. And now you have me looking like there's an elephant. Shay says, yes, bitter. Mm-hmm. And what screenshot, Vermont? There's not a dog back there. Unless it's in one of those paintings and you didn't tell me. Hey, Kimmy. Thank you for coming in. Happy Thursday to you as well. Turn off. Oh. Okay. Vermont, you had me going for a minute. I was like, wait, do I need to send somebody for Bruce? That's my maestro. He actually turned 1 year old on the 16th of this month. Yeah, he's my bodyguard. Yeah, he looks out for me. That's my boy. That's my boy. And we also have a girl, Opal. So Maestro and Opal. Yeah. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. That's my little guy. He's spoiled. When I say spoiled, my God. He said, sorry, I noticed everything. No, you're good. I just needed to know where. I was like, well, what dog does Bruce see behind me? Like, there's not a dog behind me. Thank you. Thank you. I said I'm going to put some videos of him and Opal up on my page. The problem is they play so rough that people would think that they're fighting, but they're not. They are just playing. That's what they do. They're being dogs, I guess. I don't know. But if all minds and hearts are clear on this Talk It Out Thursday, I just want us to be mindful of jealousy, envy, rage, hate, bitterness, those things that can sneak up on. I love what Black Light Record says, that can sneak up on us. It's not intentional. but it can sneak up on us. And if we don't contain them or address them, not even contain, address and release them, they can turn into big monsters. Daisy beat up Ted today. Oh my. So Daisy's getting a little feisty. What else was I about to say? So yeah, and the fact that blood doesn't necessarily make one family. Something I put in the description was who needs enemies with a family like that. And I know that he's innocent until proven guilty. But I'm praying that he doesn't drag this thing out. I truly am. Well, his ear anyway. What's good, Teddy didn't allow Daisy to have her way. I didn't realize how playful cats can be until I started watching. I love watching Odd Couples. I hope Peaceful Sister sends in her picture of her bird and her dog. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. That she said the bird fell out of the tree, and the dog brought the bird to her so that she could fix it. And now they're the best of friends, and I love it. The Positive Pusher says, that is so true. I'm closer with some friends than some of my family. And that's what Dre was saying. And he was saying because we spend more time with friends than family. I don't know. I think we have the misconception that because we are family, we think the same, or because we were raised the same way, we think the same and have some of the same ideas, when in fact we don't. We're all different with our own different ideas of how life should be. Vermont says, little micro cat with huge dog. Too funny. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I've seen them before where the cat sneaks up on the dog and is playing so peacefully, and the next thing you know, the cat just kind of loses it on the dog. I am sure. So if all hearts and minds are clear, I think everybody that's in here today is connected to everyone. If you guys are not, I encourage you to do so. Tonight, again, I will not be on in the evenings this week. However, the Positive Pusher has a live that will be on tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central. So let's ensure we support her. As well as Blacklight Records, he will have a live that comes on this evening at 5:30 p.m. Let's ensure that we support him. And I believe the TR show will be going on at 3 p.m. Central Time. So let's support him. Nope, he does not care. Be well and much peace to you all. Yeah. So with that being said, I know we went on vacation the last couple of days with Jamaica Life Nice. I've enjoyed that, but I'm actually gonna take a nap. So I can be ready to go on at 3 when TR goes on. So yes, everyone have an amazing day. If you have not hit the thumbs up button, please do so. If you have not hit the red subscribe button, please do so. That helps me a lot. I am working on getting my watch hours now so that I can become monetized. I'm excited about that. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything I've left out. Nope, there's nothing. Continue to keep my village in your prayers. Continue to keep me in your prayers. I did wake up today feeling a little bit more energy than I had in a while, so that's a good thing. Trying to think what else. Gonna go to the doctor tomorrow for labs. And yeah, and so I've talked about TR at 3, Peter Lord at 5:30, Positive Pusher, Doc 1423 says I'm jealous of your nap. Let me just say that if you sleep at night, don't be jealous of a nap. Because we have a little girl over here that does not like sleeping at all. And yeah, it's okay, because my new approach to life is to make the best with the hand that God has given me. So yeah. Yeah, so I'll see you guys live tomorrow for Fun Friday. And of course, we're going to meet the tribe so you guys can come in, network. I think I'm going to keep the thumbnail the way that it is because I love the colors. But I may change it to come meet the tribe and network or something so that we all can connect. I'm excited about that. And then finally, we'll make it to the topic Saturday that I actually have for Monday, which is I need your help. 4 simple words that are extremely hard to say. And I hope you guys come to that one. Yes, please do Blacklight Records. Please do. Perfect. I'll get the link for you. As a matter of fact, I'll be on your live, so I'll drop the link. Yes, hashtag positive sector tribe life. I love it. Yeah, and we're gonna take these YouTube streets by storm. Yeah, cool things. I'm excited. Excited. Yes. Trying to think. Hey, Lady J, how you doing? So happy to see you. I am glad you are well. I do want to put this out. I have been looking for Sonji Watts, SONJIWATTS. She used to come in here often. She started coming in often, probably about a month and a half ago, maybe longer, like 2 months ago. And she, I haven't seen her. She's usually in the TR show. I haven't seen her there. I went to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter to see if I could find her there, and I didn't. And so if anybody, this is me putting out an APB for Sonji Watts. If anybody sees Sonji Watts, let her know. Aisha has not seen her in any of the places that she frequents or on her live, and she's just concerned. And so if she could just do a pop-up and say, hey, I'm still alive. Hey, I'm good. Hey, I'd love that because I am concerned, but I've definitely been praying for her because she's a huge supporter. And it concerned me. So yeah. Hi, DT Evolution. Thank you for coming in. How are you? I'm okay. I can't complain. Just remind me. Okay. I'll be there. Lady J says, I thought of her too. Yeah. So this was the only way I could say it at this point because I did. It was it Kimmy or Tony? It was like, you can look for her on social media. And I was like, duh. But then when I went to social media, she's not there. There is one other place I can check. And I guess I may do that just because I do miss her. I am so excited. We get to see Positive again tonight. I'm having some good food and some pen and paper. When you go to Positive, baby, you need to be ready to take notes. She's gonna give us all something to change our lives. Amen. 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 Guys, if there is nothing else, I will see you all in for those of us that frequent the TR show, I will see you guys in 45 minutes. For everybody else, I will see you either in Blacklight Records or The Positive Pusher. If I don't see you then, I'll see you tomorrow for Meet the Tribe Friday. And yeah, I'm sending lots of love, peace, joy, positivity, and blessings your way. Have an amazing day. Thank you for coming in and spending this time with me. Please hit the thumbs up button if you have not, the red subscribe button if you have not. To God be the glory, absolutely. And until then, I love you guys. Bye.